Hey there everybody, I'm going to run through a quick tutorial on how to start your auditor safety program. First and foremost, you're going to select the template that you want to use. So today we'll start with a facility inspection. Go ahead, hit start inspection, and that'll get it rolling. First you're going to start by selecting the site that it's going to be conducted on. For me, I've loaded in all my squadrons in the program here. But I'm going to use one of my little test ones that I have here, and we'll roll with that. And this is also how it'll sort and filter for your inspections when you look at it on the inspection page or the home page of iAuditor. Got your inspection start date. This stuff is fairly self-explanatory. Plug in your squadron commander's name. Your facility is inspected, so if you're doing multiple facilities, you can load in as many as you want. Then your safety personnel conducting it. So if it's whoever in your office is going to be conducting this inspection, you just load that in. And you hit the next page, you roll. So right here we have our report components. And this is where you build out the front part of your report that you would like to see for your inspection. You can load in definitions, an executive summary. If you want to do an in-brief, you can plug your in-brief in. And you can also put a recommendation section in here as well. So with that, it'll load in your deficiency grading scale. It'll have a brief executive summary, which is a standardized basic template, and you can add more to it if you export this to Word or over to a PDF format. And this right here was a tab for the safety recommendations. So if you have any recommendations that you want to load in for the squadron, you can plug that right into here. And then if you do an in-brief, you can have the in-brief date and time. You can put who attended that in-brief, their rank, name, and unit, and then you can put the items that you discussed for that in-brief. So again, you can load in as many of these as you want. You can take out as many of these things as you want as well. So it gives you some flexibility when you build out your reports part of the inspection. So with that, we'll move on to the our inspection templates here and our checklists. So I got some brief directions up here at the top that'll kind of walk you through it. If you look here, you're going to look at what type of facility you're going to be doing. Is it going to be an occupational or is it a weapons facility? So we'll just run with the occupational for now. Click done. And now you can start loading in all of your checklists that you want to do. So first and foremost, you start with the building number. And you can add in as many building numbers as you would like for this as well. And then you select your checklist that you want to run. So you got your general work environment, walkways, electrical safety, and these should correlate fairly close to what's out there for the OSHA references and things as well. So, but you can load in as many of these checklists as you would like. So we'll just stick with the general work area, and I'll load in some hand tools and equipment and an abrasive wheel. So, and that'll load in this checklist right here. If you'd like, you can close that checklist up while you're doing another one. Same with this next one. You can just keep closing these up, and you can drop them out as needed as you go through this the inspection. And like I said, you can add as many facilities in here as you'd like. If you'd like to roll up that first one, you're going to do another building. You can load in another building. And you can select what checklist you want to run for that building. So you can stack as many buildings or facilities in here that you would like. So we'll go ahead and delete this one out since I'm not going to use that. And we'll run with this facility checklist right here. And I'll go through a few things on how we set this up. So one of the things we wanted to do with this is be able to capture, well, as you all know, 91202 requires you to assign a rack to any identified hazard. So with that, you have safe, which is green, means it's a pass. There's nothing identified wrong with that. Then you have your rack 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can plug in any one of those that you would like to do. You also have an NA, so if it doesn't apply to that work area, you can definitely hit that. And you also have a reference. So on the facility inspection, this reference takes you directly to an OSHA reference right here. And so you can click on that link, and that'll take you right to that OSHA 191022, and you can look for the specific paragraph. But this actually gives you the specific paragraph number out of OSHA, or the reference number in OSHA for that. and you drop back here, and then so this one will load it in as a Rack 3 minor. You see it shows that it's a moderate. And now if we do identify this as a hazard, in our notes section, that's where we put what our recommendations are, it's what we noted. So we type our deficiency into here. So we'll just do the that's typically how we do it. We just put who it was. So like for this one here, FSS supervisor failed to keep the work center clean and orderly, and it was in room 22. That way they know exactly where to go look and to find that at. Those are some of the issues that we ran into as we did this, is people didn't know who was supposed to do what, and they didn't know specifically where that was. Click save on that. And while you're out there doing the inspection, you can obviously click on the photo and you can take a picture of whatever it is that you saw that was wrong, and roll it out that way. There's also the action item here, and I'll get into that in the next segment. I just wanted to go through and show you how we laid this out and how we, what our thought process was behind performing these inspections. So like I say, as you go through here, you hit safe. You can do an NA. It's a Rack 1. You can select that. It turns it red. And so all these will show any of the Rack 1, 2, 3, or 4s or 5s. Those will all show as a deficiency or as a failed item on your reports. So with that, we'll roll to the end. The next, I also have in here other hazards noted. So if there's something that's not in the checklist and it's a hazard that you know, you can go ahead and select a category. So I preloaded in all of the OSHA sections that it would come from. So you can add in this OSHA reference here for the hazard category type, and then you select what rack it was, ran 2, 3, or 4. And then with that, you can add in your note to describe what the deficiency was. So you can just put in, water pool and, whatever it is. And then you can take your photo of it and you can assign your action item. That's the other hazard as noticed. That's just to capture anything that maybe wasn't on the checklist that you noticed and you would like to have addressed. And with that, you just roll to the next page right here. We have our out brief. And so we have the out brief date and time. So this is when you perform your out brief. You have to do that within 3 days. And so this is how we capture that what day you did the out brief to that commander. And you have your out brief attendees. You can have the total findings if you like, and the total year current findings. And then the safety specialist is not required. Anything that has a red bar by it means that is required. So the signature of the occupational safety manager, the chief of safety, and the unit commander are all required on these right here. And I guess for the it should be occupational or with a weapons safety manager. So any one of those would be required to sign for this. And these are all the required items. And then we also plugged in the date that the report was sent to that commander. So obviously, as we all know, we have to have it to that commander within 15 working days. And so in here you can capture when you finally sent that, or when that final report was sent to the commander. And with that, that concludes the basics of our facility inspection. Feel free to reach out if you have any more questions.